My name is Thomas Popay, and I've been in Belfast, Northern Ireland, finding out a bit more about the legend that is George Best. So just behind us is Windsor Park, where George played all of his international games. It's changed a bit now from back in his day, but as you can see just on the bridge here, there's another mural to him. They have murals for all of the international legends, you know, but George's naturally is the biggest. In part 2, I'll be finding out about how George's time in a red shirt paved the way for a unique fan base here on the Emerald Isle. So I'm here in South Belfast to meet John Dempsey from the Carryduff George Best Manchester United Supporters Club. Bit of a mouthful. They're the biggest United supporters club in all of Northern Ireland, and I'm going to learn a little bit about their 25-year history.
Well,
Hi John, how you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah. One ahead. Welcome to Carryduff, and this is the Carryduff MUSC Museum. I dare say there's probably more in various places.
Look at all of this!
The very first match ticket from my very first game at Old Trafford against Norwich City, 1991. There was 23 of us went, and we went in this old clapped out old coach, but we got there and we absolutely loved it.
Here's something. Price £10 for the ticket. You will never ever see that again.
This is my sort of timeline for the branch. This is what sort of keeps my memory fresh. The first ever function that Sir Alex Ferguson came over to.
Turns out John didn't only have tickets to keep his memory fresh. He actually had the tape from Sir Alex Ferguson's first visit to the supporters club.
Sign your autographs. One.
Signing it.
A phone call to my office and work, and someone shouting down the office, "Alex Ferguson on the phone for you." And I'm thinking, what? And I thought they were winding me up, and he turned up, and we had a great big function.
I can't thank you enough for inviting me over here. It's a wonderful 10 years, it's fantastic, I can't believe it. 10 years has gone by and I haven't aged.
Some of the highlights of the games, like the first away game and away games in Europe, they were impossible to get tickets for.
Were you in Barcelona for the big night?
There it is. The ticket.
Look at that.
Best 10 days ever, I think. We had Tottenham Hotspur, we won the Premier League, went to Wembley Stadium, and we watched United beat Newcastle. My brother-in-law is a travel agent, so we got on to his office and get us to Barcelona, or that general direction. Whenever Sheringham scored that first goal, we were sort of thinking to ourselves, we're not going to get beat, we're going to win the treble. And then the next thing, Solskjaer scores the next goal. Holy God. Just couldn't believe it. So this is the 3 trophies that we won, 1999. 7 months later, they're in my house. And a queue of people down to the end of the street coming up to get their photographs taken.
So you're telling me that the Champions League, Premier League and the FA Cup trophies were all in this house?
In this house.
Here?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes. Incredible. And how did we get them? We asked.
You changed your name then from just the Carryduff Supporters Club?
2006, after George died, Dickie Best gave us permission to use the name George Best, Carryduff Manchester United Supporters Club.
So I see here, John, you've got the newspaper from the day of George's funeral.
Yeah.
So you attended.
Yeah, so we were over on this right-hand side.
So what was it like as a day?
Incredible. But there was a lot of togetherness with people. They didn't worry about how bad the weather was or whatever. They just wanted to be there. It was a part of history in this country that they wanted to be part of. It was nice to be there, to pay your respects.
So we're outside George's house for the final time. On the 3rd of December 2005, this is where George's funeral procession began, and it went right through the streets of Belfast. Now we're going to drive that route. As the hearse passed through Belfast, thousands lined the streets. United fans or not, people from around the world came to pay their respects as the procession approached the Parliament building. So this is Stormont, and on this road, the Prince of Wales Avenue, the people of Northern Ireland gathered in their thousands to say goodbye to their greatest legend. So I came here 10 years after George's death to find out if the legacy is still as strong. And I can tell you honestly, it really, really is. Murals of him, airports named after him, charities, trusts, you name it. He is such a figure in this country. Growing up a United fan, you get to know about George Best as a United player and what he meant to United fans. But since I've been here, I've really got to know what he was like as a person, going to his house and meeting the Carryduff Reds and going and seeing the stadium where he grew up, getting his love for football. His legend is never gonna die. You know what they say, Maradona good, Pele better, George Best.
Number 2, George Best. Number 3, George Best. Number 4, George Best. Number 5, George Best. Number 6, George Best. Number 7, Georgie Best. Number 8, Georgie Best. Number 9, Georgie Best. Number 10, Georgie Best. Number 11, Georgie Best. Number 12, Georgie Best. Way away, baby, Georgie Best. Georgie Best, Georgie Best. Way away, Georgie Best. Georgie Best.
That's probably quite a famous photograph of George. That's the first known photograph we can find with him with a ball. Have you seen that before? No.
I honestly have not seen that.
Yeah, no, I've seen it around. But the family had that photograph. I mean, he was such a friendly guy. I mean, chatted to everybody, you know, and he never ever forgot where he came from.